Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Taka, and I'm here from Akindo, the world's first and largest build-a-thon platform. At Akindo, we focus on more than just short-term hackathons. Our mission is to foster sustainable builder ecosystems and help create long-lasting ecosystem-native killer apps. Today, I'm thrilled to be here with all of you for 0G's Buildathon, where we'll take our first steps together toward building the next generation of dApps that combine the power of Web3 and AI. Let's get things started by welcoming Gathin from 0G's developer relations team, and who will walk us through the 0G's tech stack in depth. So, Gathin, can you maybe introduce yourself real quick?
So, Taka, glad to be here. And hey, everyone, welcome for our session. We are going to kick off the buildathon with Akindo. This is the Wave 0G's Wave Hack. And we are super happy to get started with this long-term developer commitments and have you builders join us throughout the journey and build awesome dApps, dev toolings, and whatnot. So we are sure to provide that support. And without further ado, I'll just give a quick intro about myself. Myself, Gatin, working in Zero G Labs for a year now, and I'm heading the developer relationships over here. So would be your point of contact for through this program and any questions, any doubts that you have throughout this journey. I'm super happy to assist you with that. And about Zero G, if this is like first time you're hearing about Zero G, Zero G is the world's largest L1 exclusively for AI. And we have an awesome tech stack, which I will dive into. And yeah, I don't want to waste much time over here and would be super interested to jump into the session more about myself throughout the session with you guys.
Cool stuff, cool stuff. We're excited here, right, Gathin? We're super excited.
Awesome. I'm super happy to be here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Great. So today's agenda overview, I think most of you guys and the builders already checked the Luma page, and then you can see the agenda. But just in case, we're checking in our agenda today. So first of all, we're going with the Doji Tech Stack Deep Drive for 30 minutes, and then going to AI plus Web3 use cases. And then finally, we're kind of explaining and introducing our wave hack, like how to participate, how to win the grants, and so on. And then Gathin will for surely give you guys the kind of some tips there already, right, Gathin?
Sounds good. We'll do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And then also in the end of this live streaming, we're doing a Q&A session with you guys and then with Gathin. And then builders, please feel free to throw whatever the questions you have on the live streaming column. And maybe you guys are already saying a good GM or let's go. And thank you so much. I'm like super happy to see all those exciting comments and everything. So feel free to share whatever the questions you have, and then we'll go over in the end of this session. Cool. Yes. Great. So with that, let's jump right in. So Gathin, over to you. And then everyone, feel free to drop your thoughts and questions again in the chat as we go. Great. Gathin, please.
Awesome. Are you able to see my screen, Taka? Just for a quick confirmation.
Yes, I can see your screen. Amazing.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's get started. I'll just give you a quick overview of how the session is gonna go. It's not your typical slides. I'm not gonna go over the slides. Just give the tech stack introduction, what you're gonna build, and the next steps. Me, in the past days, I've been a good and very active participant in hackathons prior to joining Zero G, and been played in a lot of hackathons, loved building it, and also bringing the products, not only during the hackathons but post hackathons as well. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna go over the biggest pain point that a hacker will face. That is going and exploring an ecosystem that is completely new to you. It can be a website, the documentations, the repositories. It's going to be completely new to you, and it's different from other ecosystems. So rather than going through slides and explaining you how zero G is, I'll just go over through how, as a builder, just think me as a fellow builder, and as a builder, how I would go through all the pages. And with that, I'll just give you a quick overview of all the resources that you are going to cover throughout the buildathon. And with that, I'll be able to teach you and give you some overviews, some tips, and some resource materials that I'll later share with you on the chats. And if you haven't joined the Buildathon's Telegram chat, Taka, if you could please share the link on the YouTube comments, that would be really helpful. And please to join the chat, and I'll be sharing over all the links post this session. So that being said, I'll just quickly kick off. Oh, that's our mascot panda. I just wanted to whisk away the ending slide, but it just popped off. Oh, that's fine. And yeah, this is the Luma page. So basically, we are doing a $50,000 grant through this wave hack, and it's coming up in 6 different waves starting tomorrow. So I'll just give you a quick overview of what 0G is. 0G is the first decentralized AI L1 blockchain. So what does this mean? It's like a lot of buzzwords together, but decentralized AI L1 means this is just a layer one, EVM compatible layer one, but exclusively made in a way that it can accustom and bring AI on chain. So what is that in bringing AI on chain? Why can't other layer ones handle this? I'll just dive deep into our architecture and why our architecture is exclusively made to accustom this. So I'll just go over all the timelines in the end. We'll just straight dive into like what is 0G. So this is our site, 0G.ai. This is a super cool rebranding that we made recently. So we are the largest ecosystem for decentralized AI applications. This is our architecture, which I will dive deep throughout this session. And yeah, let's without further ado, I'll just jump right into the documentation. And as in a developer standpoint, I'll just give you what 0G is, about the architecture, what are the different pillars of 0G, and how you can utilize and build with each one of those. This is a quick section that I want to show, which comes under the Learn section and under the blogs. So we have all the blogs regarding our ecosystem, our previous hackathons, our other initiatives as well. So please do look into this page too, and if you find something interesting, please to have a read through it. Let's jump into the documentation then. Head over to docs.0g.ai so you could just find the link on our website for the documentation. In this documentation, we have this homepage. Joining testnet means you could just directly have all our testnet details. This is going to be a first step of adding our network to your wallet. You could add it manually, or you could just click add to MetaMask or add to OKX wallet to add your chain details to your wallet. And after that, here are some quick links for smart contracts for the storage SDK, which I will dive deep into a separate section. And here are the developer tools. I'll just quickly over the developer tools. So this is our chain scan. So our chain scan contains the live tracking of our blockchain, and you will be able to see all the block details, all the transaction details, and all the gas limits, and just similar to any other chain explorer that you have used. And this one is our storage scan. Here, I'll just give you a quick sneak peek that we have one of the fastest and cheapest decentralized storage that any other protocol can offer. So here, you'll be able to see what is the total rewards, like whether you're able to have you uploaded your documents or files to our blockchain or whether you have downloaded it. Everything can be tracked over here in our storage scan. Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, maybe Gathin get the a little internet problem here. Builders, let me check with Gathin really quick. Think sure. Oh, yep, is coming back. Yep, I can see his logo and a profile picture and waiting for the sound now. Great, great. Is Gathin? Yeah, Gathin, can you hear us? Hello. Oop. it's my first time having the internet problem, net connection problem with the Gathin. We had a lot of chat with him and then never had this kind of a problem. But I guess
Hey,
you
Taka.
came back. Great, you're back.
Yeah, I just got a weird issue from Zoom telling that my internet isn't stable and just popped off
Okay,
from the screen sharing. Yeah. So all
okay,
good now.
okay. You're good. Yeah, builder is still here waiting for you.
Awesome. So
Great.
apologies for the interruption, guys. I'm back here.
Very sure. Yes, sir.
Is everything good now, Taka? Shall I continue?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Hey,
Awesome.
let's go.
Awesome. So I think I left over at faucet. Hope you guys heard everything prior to this. So and the faucet, for the Buildathon participants, I'll be sharing over a form in the chat. So you can just please enter your wallet address and I'll be able to fund you with enough tokens for you to test out and build through this journey. So that being said, these are like the quick, handy developer tools that you would come across, and you could find them on the testnet information page. So back to the home screen, and sure, the next step is like, what is 0G? Why 0G exists? So here, I'll just quickly go over to this architecture on like this will be more familiar to you. Let's keep this closed AI as ChatGPT and this decentralized AI as 0G. So what we are doing is it's named as OpenAI, but they are definitely closed AI because they are a complete black box from agents to model, alignment, data, and compute from training of the models, from where the model data is being procured, and how the model is being trained, where the trained data are being stored, and how the inference costs are fixed. Everything is just under a black box, and there is no transparency, and there is no censorship resistance over there. And that is the biggest issue that we are facing currently with our existing ecosystem of interaction with AI models. But what we are solving is just enabling this complete AI to bring them on chain. So, that being said, we need an exclusive architecture to support bringing on chain AI. Our existing blockchains are expensive, the throughput cannot be handled, the models are like large, they're like 80 billion parameter models. It's like hundreds and thousands of terabytes of models that needs to be stored on chain. And also the inferencing, like we can determine the cost based on like the actual inferencing requirements. So all these drawbacks that you are currently experiencing with AI models interacting with them in Web2 environment, we can solve that with blockchain. So for that, we have exclusively have this architecture which will enable this. So that starts from the hardware that we use. We use the deep in hardware. Then comes, I'll just dive deep into this in the upcoming sections. But the next step comes into the chain. Our chain is infinitely scalable. That means the number of consensus nodes increase as the throughput requirement increase. So the other set of architecture that we have is chain. The other one is storage, compute, and data availability. So the next step, other than chain, is like these modular architecture. This is our layer one is completely modular architecture. So you can use the individual components, or you could use the complete architecture together to utilize the fullest potential. The storage network, we have like the fastest and the cheapest storage network, which can store like large scale AI models. And recently, we are using the Dicolo X framework, which I redirected you to the blog section. So please do have a read over there. The Dicolo X framework that we have launched enables us to bring in 100 billion plus parameter models and allow them to store them on chain. So our storage has proved and enabled that, and you will be able to do that. You don't need specialized internet speeds or like throughput or supercomputers to do that. With that, you could just use the decentralized peer-to-peer network, and with that, you could share the GPU efficiencies, and you will be able to do it with regular internet speeds. And yeah, storage network is used for storing all the data sets, the models, the assets that needs to be trained. And in the future, we currently don't support this, but in the roadmap, we are going to have like fully on-chain training. So you can train all your data sets completely on-chain. The next is the data availability layer for you to store all the data which needs for later verification. The blobs that are being stored on blockchain disappears after a certain point of time. So for that, in data availability layer, you could have like an off-chain copy of all the data that is there on the on-chain blockchain transactions. So here it's high performance and provenance. I'll just explain this in upcoming slides. So we have the data availability layer. Next, regarding compute network, the compute network is where all the trainings, the RAGs, the agent deployments take place. The layer above all, on top of all these three architectural components, is the service marketplace. So this is where the model's data, where this is where you deploy the model, and you will have the inferencing for the models over there. So for example, currently we support a Llama 3B 80 billion parameter instruct model, and also DeepSeek 80 billion parameter models. And in the future, you will be in the upcoming months, you will be able to upload your own custom models and provide verifiable inferencing for it. So when I mean verifiable inferencing, we currently support TEML inferencing, and in the upcoming days, we will open up with optimistic ML and ZKML for you to have verifiable inferencing. On top of this, we have the alignment nodes. These alignment nodes will run starting when we launch our mainnet. And these alignment nodes are particularly used to verify whether our existing 0G network validators and nodes are working in the right way. And these alignment nodes are run by our community, and we did a node sale recently. It was a really successful one, and our community really loved and wanted to be part of this bringing on-chain AI and making AI a public good. So that is the alignment load layer. And top of these, we have all the DA applications that we fellow builders are going to build and bring up in this ecosystem. So this is what the overall architecture of 0G. And jumping in further, so I'll just quickly start with 0G chain. Our 0G chain has a modular architecture. We have separated the consensus layer and the execution layer. And the consensus layer is dedicated to achieving network agreement, while execution layer is focusing on bringing the state management. And I'll just quickly overview of like what is the optimized consensus that we have. We have around 2,500 plus transaction per second. We have consistent performance. We are EVM compatible. So I know everyone is super familiar with EVM and EVM compatibility, Ethereum blockchain, Solidity, smart contracts. So you will be able to deploy the same smart contracts just by changing the network settings and giving in 0G's RPC endpoints. You will be able to deploy on 0G network. It's as simple as that. You just need to change the endpoint and just deploy the same contract, and you will be able to start experiencing the benefits and the speed and the efficiency of 0G's chain. So this is 0G storage using verifiable random function. We store all the data onto the data availability layer nodes, and the confirmed data is verified using the 0G's consensus known as PURA. It is called like proof of random access. I'll share that in the upcoming slides. This is the validator participation. Like we'll just quickly dive deep into the compute network. What is 0G's compute network? I think we'll just go based on this architecture. I'll just quickly dive deep. Like we completed the chain. I'll go over with storage, what I explained first. Like I'll just give you a quick tip. Like 0G storage is 95% cheaper than AWS. This is extremely massive. We say like IPFS is low. We have limited functionality with Filecoin, and RWare is expensive. These are like few competitors that we have. We don't say them as competitors. We say like we provide the necessary infrastructure exclusively to bring large scale filing systems. So that being said, we have like instant retrieval time. We can accommodate both structured and unstructured data, and we are universal compatibility. We are able to achieve all these with this architecture. We 0G storage use two different lanes. One is the publishing lanes, the other is the storage lane. The storage lane, what it does is it splits the data that you upload onto our blockchain into smaller chunks, and these chunks are dispersed into the 0G storage network. Whereas the 0G's publishing, this is the storage lane, whereas the publishing lane contains the Merkle proof of the data that you're uploading into the 0G storage network, and it submits onto the 0G's the smart contracts that are on 0G's chain, which are later verified with 0G's consensus. So this is a quick overview of how the architecture layer works. So we have three different storage layers based on like the user's need. So the first one is the log layer. The second one is the key value layer. So this log layer is like the immutable storage. It is like append only data, and this is where you upload in like regular image archives, blockchain histories, ML data sets. It's like day-to-day basis of uploading of. You can just think of it as a decentralized Google Drive. So that is enough as a log layer. When it comes to key value layer, this is where you bring like adaptive functionalities that is like databases, user profiles that is having a key and also a value, which is the storage components. And the key redirects to all the different set of values. So this is how we have our storage architecture. And yeah, we can just run through all these. And this is the proof of random access that I mentioned. So basically, all the nodes compete for the correct cryptographic output, and the winner of it will prove that they hold the random piece of data. So this is how Pora works. And oh yeah, this would be super good for you to kick off your building with the 0G storage. And any other details, in-depth concepts, if you have any questions, drop on the chat. Taka will suggest me in the end, like if you have any questions, I'll dive deep into that section. But here, I'll just share you which is relevant for you to kick off and just start building the minute I complete this call. So that is what I want to achieve with this call with you guys. And the next is the 0G's data availability layer. And let's quickly go over here. Yes. Why is 0G's data availability layer? We are infinitely scalable. We are having a modular and layered architecture, and our decentralized AI operating system, which gives the complete architecture. We'll just highlight this decentralized AI operating system. This doesn't mean like a Windows or Mac or so on, like operating system. But here, what we mean by saying like decentralized AI operating system, that we are an operating system which enables you to decentralize AI. So that is what decentralized AI operating system means. Nothing complicated over there. And the exact use cases on how 0G's DA and its infinite scalability can be used is on the L1s and L2s. If you are trying to deploy or spin up your own L1 and L2 on top of 0G, L2 on top of 0G, our data availability layer helps in bringing all the data on-chain into an off-chain storage. This can be used for incentive mechanisms or, for example, verifying in the later stage. For example, you are doing a meme generation model, and the meme generation model is lying on a layer two. And after like 20 to 30 days, or like after months, you want to verify that what happened like when I mined this transaction, and what was the data, and what was the backend process that took place, what was the topics that was released onto the chain. So to verify that, there is an off-chain copy, which is this DA layers. So if you're spinning up your own L2s on top of 0G, you could use the 0G's DA layer to have this as a DA solution. DAs can be used for bridges, it can be used for roll-up as services. These are our partners, Caldera and Altlayer. I'll just give you an overview of our partners ecosystem that we have. So if you need any support, if you are leveraging their toolkits or their products, please let us know on the chats, and we will be super happy to connect you with them. And yeah, you could leverage all our ecosystem partners, and we can act as a connecting source for you to even explore their ecosystems, or you need any point of contacts in their ecosystem. So we are super happy to bridge within our ecosystem partners as well. So DeFi, on-chain gaming, data markets, AI and machine learning. So you will be able to store vast data sets, and you will be able to access through the 0G's data availability layer. And quickly going over through 0G's compute, after which I'll just give a quick break if you have any questions on this. And what is 0G's compute? The 0G's compute is a decentralized framework which provides the AI computing capabilities. And here, what I mentioned is that we have our own GPU, product GPU owners. And for AI users, we have the inferencing and the data providing layers through which you will be able to interact with our 0G's compute. And with that, you will be able to deploy your own models and you will be able to get verifiable inferencing for it. In the future, as I mentioned, we will support RAG on-chain training, and we have recently launched fine-tuning as well. So this is all the concepts, and just giving a quick break for here. Taka, do we have any questions from our community in the till this?
So for on that part, we haven't, but like we have a gonna general questions which we can give that person an answer maybe in the end. So I think we're good for now.
Sounds good. And yeah, heading over to INFTs. So this is what we recently launched. So INFTs means intelligent NFTs. Sounds interesting, right? So what does this mean?
Mm.
I am really fascinated about this personally, because with regular NFTs, it just points to the metadata of the image or like if there is any utility behind it. But here, this INFT actually is an AI agent. So what does it mean? Like if you own the INFT or if this INFT is minted for an agent, then that means you are the owner of the agent. So it's basically like giving you an ownership for the agent that is being deployed. And it's just not like a certificate, as I mentioned, it's you own the complete intelligence of the agent. If you transfer the agency, then like all the agent ownership comes to me. Like, for example, I transfer my agent to Taka, then Taka is the owner of the agent with just a quick transfer of this INFTs. These are like the use cases that you could build in the upcoming. This is a separate section in this buildathon. So do explore this as a part of your DApp or just try to bring something unique just with this INFTs. So it can be AI trading bots, personal assistants, game characters, creation, research tools. You could, this like a vast area in which you could apply similar to ERC 721 standard of normal NFTs. INFTs has brings a big standard of openings when it comes to like the agentic ecosystems. So this is how it works. You build and train your AI agent, you secure it with the AI's intelligence with encryption, you mint an INFT for it, and yeah, that's done. You have the complete ownership of the AI agent, and it can be used for verification. You could use it for tradings. You could just bring some on-chain AI battles that you could have. So you could like this is up to your creativity, and we would definitely help you with any idea that you have with leveraging INFTs or using the toolkits. So here is the complete development guide. Jump to the developer hub. I'll just open this up quickly. And last but not least is the deepen providers that we have. And these are our deepen partners whom you can leverage if you would like to use the deepen architectures as well. So this is how the overall concepts on what 0G is, what is the architecture. We have a chain, we have a decentralized storage, we have a data availability layer. You will be able to use inferencing with the existing models like DeepSeek and Llama. And in the upcoming days, you can upload your own custom models. This inferencing is completely verifiable using TEML. And yeah, this is the overall architecture, and we have like the fine-tuning support, we have INFTs, and this will give you a complete enablement of bringing AI on chain. So that is how I want to start the session with. We are like on-chain AI. This is the architecture. Summarizing back, this is how we will enable on-chain AI. Next is the super interesting one, which everyone is keen on this session, is the developer hub. So going over like how you can start building using all the concepts that I mentioned earlier. So here are all the reference links. You could just find it in Developer Hub's Getting Started Architecture, or I've added all these links onto the resource section in our Wavehacks page, which I will dive deep later. Just missed the slide. Oh yeah. Here you have the testnet details. And if you want to kick off building, you can deploy smart contracts by this is how you deploy smart contracts on 0G. We are EVM compatible. We have given some examples of how you can compile your own smart contracts. And here is a super interesting part. We have like, which is your preferred tools, whether it can be Hard Hat, whether it can be Foundry, or whether it can be Truffle, which is like widely adapted way of how you deploy smart contracts onto the chain. You just follow the same deployment steps as you do with Ethereum, just with using 0G's chain node or the RPC endpoints. When I just say over this, I'll just quickly show you this repository that is available on 0G's GitHub. So here, our fellow DevRel Uday Kumar has created this repository where you have a template existing for Truffle, Hardhat, and Foundry. All you need to do is clone this repository, update the contract, and you will be able to immediately deploy on top of 0G's chain. So please do explore this repository, which is called as 0G's deployment scripts. I'll definitely share all the links, so no need to worry about that. So just try to see like how this ecosystem is and where are the links and the resources that we have shared. So just give you a quick overview of what we have. And yeah, just being said, I'll just be super straightforward, not gonna spend much time here. You could deploy on 0G's chain, similar to how you do for Ethereum. And if you're using Hardhat, Foundry, or Truffle, you can find the relevant code snippets over here. Or if you want to directly have a template or a base where you can just directly kick off without any copy paste, you can just head over to the 0G's deployment script repository. So that is for chain. I'll just quickly go over for storage. For storage, we have Go and TypeScript SDKs with which you could upload and interact with our storage nodes. So we have the Go SDK. You could just pull up from the Go client and you could just like a basic setup. And you just need to call in this function to do the file uploading. And next, you just calculate the file hash. And with the file hash, you will be able to download the files. So this is super straightforward. Any questions, we are always there to help you with this. And any doubts, please do drop on the chat. And when I just go over the 0G storage SDKs, the SDKs are how you simplify it and bring a kit for you to interact with the storage nodes. We have the TypeScript version, as I mentioned. You have Go and TypeScript. We have made it even much easier with which, as a template, you could just open this TypeScript starter kit or the Go language starter kit, which has like a simple code repository. So you can just need to clone it and you will be able to clone it, follow the steps on the README, and you'll be able to upload and download data with 0G storage. And then you can modify the code base based on your requirements. So this will be a good point for you to kickstart your journey with 0G storage. And yeah, we do have a really detailed README. Just the README would be super helpful for you to uh, just kick off with the 0G storage. This is
Mm.
the TypeScript version for it. And yeah, these are the starter kits that you can explore. And all these starter kits are available in 0G's repository. So github.com/0G labs. So that is on with 0G's storage. And next, jumping over with 0G's DA. These are like the 0G's DA clients that you need to spin up in order to utilize the 0G's data availability layer. Here we have the code for the data availability layer client. Here we have the DA encoder and we have the DA retriever. DA retriever is used to retrieve the data stored in the 0G storage. DA encoder is used to encode the data. And DA client is how you will pass in the data to the 0G storage and also to verify and sign all the data and upload it to our consensus. And this rollups and app chains, yeah, here we have like the OP stack on 0G's TA and Arbitrum Nitro on 0G's TA. Here we have the complete way on how we will be able to integrate with 0G's DA using OP Stack. So if you're spinning up any OP Stack layer 2, just head over to this page and you'll be able to quickly deploy it. So this is regarding DA. For DA, we do have like the SDKs. I'll just quickly share over it when we head over to the GitHub exploration. And regarding INFTs, the ERC7857 standard, here is the integration guide on how you will be able to use and utilize 0G's ERC7857 standard. In the future, we are having our own proposal standard that will come up. So be tuned. Our ecosystem is super early, and we need you builders to contribute and bring it to the next level. So we are, and also to mention here, we are open to any feedback that you have, any blockage, any suggestions, including documentations, repositories, even if you want to contribute or you need additional resource support, anything. So please do share on the chat and we would be able to help you with that. So this is run a node section. You can explore this later if you are willing to spin up 0G's validator nodes or want to spin up your own storage nodes, DA nodes. All the resource for it is over here, and you can contact me anytime if you need any support for that. So this is how I'll just give you a quick overview of the documentation. So there is no need for searching anything. Just go to the section, hit up the starter kits, and start deploying. I know you're like, I want you to at least understand 70% of the concept. And with that, just spin up the starter kits. And with the starter kits, you will understand 100% that what 0G is, what each component describes, and how we are efficient compared to the other architectures in the market. So here is 0G Labs repository. And here you have all the link. Just type in starter and you can find all the starter kits for that.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, I just missed the compute section. Oh, my bad. That's the cream layer for whole thing. I just missed it. My bad. So yeah. So just quickly going over the compute section, this is the overall architecture that I explained over there. We have inferencing support and diving deep into the inference SDK. So we have the SDK for the inferencing. By spinning off this, you will be able to interact with these model, that is Llama 3B and DeepSeek R1. So you will be able to interact with these models, and yeah, that's super straightforward. It is similar to how you interact with ChatGPT. So you just have an environment and you can kick off with interacting with these models, providing in inputs, and you will be able to get verified outputs from these models. And you'll be able to verify it. We'll have a ZK proof for you to verify, which is available in the architecture diagram. So that's a ZK proof, which is settled on the smart contract. So with this, you can understand that the output that you receive from the model is not tampered. So this gives you like a surety that what data I put in, like the complete data is processed by the model, and there is no third-party interference when the model's output is received back to the user. So here is the fine-tuning CLI as well. So you can just explore and try fine-tuning the models and the inferencing that you have used with the existing models. And jumping back to the 0G script, I know we are having like a small time crunch. So just quickly going over through the repository. And oh yeah. Here is the compute starter kits, like similar to how we mentioned for Go language. We have the Go starter kit and the TypeScript starter kit. Similar to that, we have a web starter kit for storage as well. And we have a TypeScript starter kit for compute SDK. So I'll just quickly open this and just quickly show you this. So yeah, it has all the features embedded in it, which can be used with the inferencing. You could just spin this up and just use the relevant components that you need to build and utilize with 0G's inference. Uh, As I mentioned, our readmes are super straightforward and super clear. Any questions, please do hit us up. And yeah, last but not the least, this is my favorite. Like as I mentioned, INFTs are my personal favorite. And regarding ecosystem projects, and this is where all the builders projects from all our previous hackathons our community or ecosystem projects are listed. So this is definitely awesome, and that's why we mentioned it's like the awesome 0G's repository. It's where we showcase all the community projects. All the projects from Wavehack will also be listed over here. So we have all like these are like from the DevCon Developer Challenge. These are like the ETH Global winners. We have Tinterland AI Agent Hackathon winners, ETH Global Camps 2025, which happened last month. So we have all the projects that have built with 0G, which you can use as reference. This is just like a one-line description. So if that sounds interesting or it's similar to what you use, for example, if you're using storage, or you're using 0G serving or compute SDKs, just search the keyword. You can see that, oh, these projects have utilized 0G storage or like the serving. These have been verified. They have did it the previous hackathons. So you can just dive deep directly into the code bases. We have verified all these code bases before uploading over here. So everything is having like the exact implementation as specified. So please do check these out. These would give you a super good idea of how you can, this can even like help in brainstorming for you if you are looking for some ideas as well to see what others have built with 0G. And here are some technical blogs that you can access with. You can just head over to the blog page, or you can directly visit these technical blogs. So this is this awesome repository, and I have linked to the awesome repository as the first line for you when it comes to resources. Because when you jump into building, first have a look at all the projects that others have built and how they have utilized, how they have used the starter kits, how they've used the SDKs, or whether they have used CLI for direct interaction. So this will give you an idea, and then just move on to the section that you want to see as like for reference. So that is 0G's awesome repository. Last but not the least, when you head over to the docs, you can find something called as 0G Hub over here. This here you can find the contents like YouTube videos, any events, blogs that are upcoming. So this acts as a hub for 0G's ecosystem. And here is all the ecosystem partners that I mentioned. If you want to access something, if you want compute, if you want storage, if you want any other inference providing models, AI model providers, AI models labeling and cleaning, if you want decentralized training, deepen providers, anything that you want on the on-chain AI ecosystem, just type in the project name or just type in the keywords that you would like to search for. Already have sections for each of these. And if you just want, for example, deepen, we have all our partners here. We are super happy to connect you with, and if you are looking forward to build and explore their ecosystem as well. So we are not here just to say like build with 0G and have like 0G ecosystem grow. We want to bring and make AI a public good. For that, it's not possible without our partners. See,
Mhm.
well, Akindo is like playing a great role in bringing
Mhm.
all builders
Thank
and
you.
connecting all the builder ecosystem to 0G. So similar to that, we have a lot of partners who brings infrastructure support, who bring in like all the support that is needed when it comes to GPUs, computing power, or since 0G is a modular architecture, you can mix and match and use 0G's DA and storage, and you could use other partners' inferencing support. So you could, it's like a complete playground for on-chain AI, and it's in your hands. And we are looking forward for you to leverage onto our partners as well. So
That's
this is
that is
some on.
that
Sure,
is
sure.
that
Please
is
tell me.
that yeah, that is beautiful that you guys are open to bridge your ecosystem projects, right? That is beautiful. So like as one 0G together, like going further together, right? Not just giving them the just words and everything, but literally you're bridging and then kind of having that kind of one 0G team and then going
Yes.
further in Web3 industry. Great. So we actually got like a two questions related to INFT and DA. If you
Okay.
don't mind, can we have those questions now, like
Yeah,
before
let
any
me let
other
me just
cases?
quickly complete this and we can jump into the questions. But really
Sure.
appreciate your
Sure.
words, Tata. The next one is like the on-chain AI analytics that we have just to get the live transaction report of our chain. We have our faucet. You can interact with the faucet here as well. But if you're in the Buildathon, just request in the form and we'll be able to help you with it. And we have a small swap. If you have other testnet tokens, you can swap it to 0G's testnet token as well. So 0G is on its testnet version 3, Galileo. And in the upcoming days, you can anticipate the mainnet launch as well. So this testnet gives you a big playground for you to explore and build products that you can later scale and market into the 0G's mainnet. So I'll just quickly conclude before I open up to the questions. So we really want you to build with a 0G and build for a long term, not just throughout this buildathon or not just in like first two waves. Uh, we don't want any one of you to drop off. We definitely want you to continue building through the waves and after the waves as well. So any support that you need, please do let us know and we can try to alter and arrange things even if it's not possible at this small time frame, but we definitely want to support you to get your ideas live into the market. So that being said, I'll just open up to questions and then we can quickly go over through this Wavehack page with Tara. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you for all this. And then sorry, so I interrupt you like in the middle.
No, 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 no
So
worries. It was all good. Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
so we got a question related to INFT one from Desu, and he is asking whether Adapt utilizing the entire working stack from 0G along with an INFT will be treated better than Adapt using, for example, just one stack from 0G.
It depends on the use case that you select. If it's not an agentic use case that you are opting for example, I'll just quickly go over the ideal list that I've shared over here. Just give me a second. So, for example, if you're doing decentralization tools or AI-powered DeFi dashboards, for example, or you're lying into the categories of building other D apps, which is slowly focused on inferencing and storage, for example, if that is like exclusively for that use case. So it does not mean like if a project uses INFT, it stands out, and if it doesn't, so we re-evaluate the project. We want you to create some project which has some impact in the ecosystem and which actually can bring in a lot of users and solves a problem. So that is what we are aiming for. So if you're able to
Mhm.
utilize INFTs, that is well and good. And if not, let's see what is your use case and how we can utilize the maximum of architecture to solve the problem that you state.
Amazing, thank you. I hope that answered your question, Des. Yeah, good. And then like the next one, we got like a one more, and then the rest
Yeah,
will be answering in the end Q&A session. So like the other one like about the DA, there's your DA, and then from Ismail, can you provide a simple example of how these three tech stacks can be integrated? I'm particularly interested on what 0GDA is best used for.
sounds good. Yeah. Let me just bring up some slides so it'll be helpful if you are watching as like a tutorial. So when it comes to DA, for example, when it comes to storage, you could upload large scale data sets into it and to which you will be able to interact, for example, create a decentralized Google Drive. And as I mentioned, for any ideas you can find over here, that project was super interesting where we have like a dashboard with which you could interact with 0G storage and you can leverage its interactiveness. So it acted as a hub for storing all the AI models on chain and those who are interacting with it and are able to download from the 0G storage cloud. So they will be able to get a verifiable timestamp with which they know that the model has not been tampered. And because the log has like the uploading structure and the downloading structure as well. So that is how, that's a quick example of 0G storage. When it comes to 0G DA, these are all the use cases that I went over through the session. You could use it as like when you spin up a roll up as a service, when you spin up a small chain on top of 0G, you could use 0G's DA as an on-chain, off-chain storage for all the data blob that is being minted on chain. You could use it for DeFi, and it's super interesting when it comes to on-chain AI. So you could just use it. See,
Mhm.
when it comes to on-chain AI games, the existing on-chain AI games are not fully or truly on-chain. So they have a lot of off-chain components. But here with DA, all the metadata, including player assets, actions, and scores, can be stored in 0G's DA and can
Mhm.
be fetched back instantaneously because of the high throughput. So with this, you will be able to achieve completely on-chain gaming structure. And yeah, that's how you can leverage DA as well. And when it comes to AI and machine learning, you can allow it to fetch with high demand with large scale AI models that you have
Mhm.
deployed on 0G storage. So these are a few use cases with DA as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Ethan. I think that answered the question. I think I'm waiting for the reaction, but I haven't got it, but like I'm sure. So yeah, I think we can go into the next topic.
Awesome. So just going over this is going to be interactive session with Taka. I'm just not going to speak by myself. I'll just pass over the mic in between to Taka. So it's Taka's turn when it comes into the Windows part.
Mhm. Of
So yes, that being
course.
said, this is the Wavehacks page, which you're all registered. And
Mhm.
super happy to say that just before the session, I was sharing with Taka that we got 100, exactly 100 builders just before our
Mhm.
kickoff session. And post this kickoff session, I'm looking forward for hundreds more.
Mhm.
So yeah, and this is the community link. If you have not joined prior, this is a 170 developer strong community which was built over a week. So this has all the participants interested in the Buildathon's wave hack. And please do join over here for all the resources, any details, or you want to share something. So we have like we will be adding our community moderators over here as well. So if you have
Mhm.
any questions, please do drop in over there. We have Akindo's team over there as well to support you if you have any questions regarding submissions or any other details over there. So jumping over here, we have a small introduction, links to the documentation, and this is how the Wavehack timeline has been set when it comes to 0G. So the first wave, it's like exclusively for ideation. It is starting up from tomorrow and it runs for a week. So this is the allocation for different waves. And any project that joined us from the wave one and is building till wave six will get a $2,000 bonus, which will be split among all the projects that have been part from wave one to wave six. So that being said, each after each wave for a week, we have 3 days of evaluation, and
Mhm.
next we will with the feedback and the suggestions that is being provided from our 0G's team. So we would suggest you to continue building every week, and we have like 6 waves, and post which, as I mentioned earlier, we want you to continue building. And yeah, any other support other than building, if you have built a complete product, if you have deployed on testnet, marketing support. If you want our community members to test it out, we have a 600,000 member vast Discord community with which you could just share all your products and get a test over there, provide feed and get feedback from our community. So I will enable few channels just before the buildathon and throughout the first week of ideation. And if you have any requirements, let me know on the chat. I'll try to accommodate it and have it kicked off as well. So this is the whole
Mhm.
timeline. And Taka, do you have anything to share over here?
Yes, we actually have again one question from this again, and then this is related to kind of timeline thing. So I'm just kind of having this question right here. So it'll be this is first wave hack, and then if there and then this is asking what's a detailed explanation of how these waves work, and then wave one is an ideation wave one, right, Gathin?
Yeah,
Right. Can you maybe also elaborate on what do you expect in a wave two, wave three, in the beginning of wave two, and then maybe going toward to the wave six?
sounds good, Taka. So exactly on like how the wave concept works, I will like Taka is super proficient in that. I will leave Taka to explain on it.
Mhm.
So maybe I'll just quickly go over like in each wave what happens, and Taka can give you on like how the whole process works from you submitting
Mhm.
your projects and how it works
Mhm.
on.
Mhm.
So starting with wave one, it is ideation. It is where you brainstorm with all the ideas. You can look into all the explanation that I gave you today and see what is the right fit that you can build with 0G. And you can start having a look and create a good deck with what's the problem that you're solving, what is the solution, how you're going to leverage 0G's tech stack, who are your team members, and what is the expertise that you bring in. For example, if you're super strong with DeFi background and you're building something with related to DeFi on top of 0G, so that is a big plus. So we want to
Mhm.
look into like the team's background. We want to
Mhm.
see like if there's any other team member like is alone and is looking and can or how, what's the exact word like he can
Mhm.
contribute to this team's value or the strength, so we can see of like how we can help you get the additional team members as well and help you ideate. So basically the ideation is you pitching your idea of how you're going to leverage 0G's tech stack. If you already have kicked off, then it's like a bigger advantage. That I would just give a small tip that if it's not only just you presenting that I'm going to build this, but if you've already started, created a repository, started exploring our starter kits, just tried fiddling with all our ecosystem, dApps, for example, just seeing like this is what is related to you and like what not. Like if you have already explored the ecosystem, that is a big plus when it comes to wave one. And when it goes to wave two, it is where you start developing and deploying the dApps or the dev toolings that are mentioned. I was just about to come on the next slide, but I'll just quickly explain here. So we have like three different tabs that you can tracks that you can leverage. One is like building dApps. The other is utilizing INFTs. INFTs are not as a standalone, but you can utilize this as a part of the dApps that you're building. And the other one is like dev tooling. So dev tooling, we are having this as a new track with Akindo's Buildathon. So since it is a long-term commitment that we would have with the builders, we want to have a lot of dev toolings that will make other developers and other builders' lives easier. And if you're super proficient with building dev toolings, so please go ahead with that track as well. So that is all. The ideation comes over here. Uh, and here with wave two, you start building with whatever you pitched on your first wave.
Mhm.
And till wave six, it's about how you improve and iterate the product. And as the complication increases, as the amount of effort that you put in to get this product into like a real life product, which can be used which can be used by consumers. So that is where we have increased the grants in an incremental order. So that is what you'll find new when it compared to other
Mhm.
wave hacks. We want to have it on an incremental basis. And as the complexity increases, and we will be able to encourage you more with the grants, and which can be used for you to reinvestment in bringing in the resources, or for you to bring in new team members, or for you to get some services. So this we are encouraging you to reinvest the grants and
Mhm.
for you to build and scale the product, and encouraging and looking forward to see even like all the builders over here to have like live products which is like a standalone, and we would be even like super happy to partner with you like if the product is like a very really good scale, and we are
Mhm.
super happy to partner, and even investment opportunities, marketing opportunities, campaign opportunities, we will be able to support you with that as well. So just wanted to state over here and giving the mic to Taka to just give you an
Mhm.
overview of how each wave takes place.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Gatin, for amazing an explanation. Like very, very clear. Understand. Great. So for the web hack timeline in general, as Gatin already and touched on a little bit mentioned, so we have like, 6 waves here. And then first wave, as he said, it will be an ideathon and ideation type of wave one, and then going to the wave six, where more the mainnet is ready quality. But having said that, if in any case maybe some people, some builders have a some other urgent things that they need to kind of cope with outside of Webhack, right? So we encourage, of course, we encourage all the builders to start from the wave one and consistently building to the wave six and then further. But we're also happy to have even from the middle of Webhack build a sun, like starting from the web three is fine too, as long as you're fine. But of course, other projects might have started from the web one. So please note that you will be, kind of compared to those other projects as well. But and then also I'm 100%, 200% sure that all the 0G team are happy to have all those builders, even starting from the Web3, even from the Web5 or Web6. As long as you guys are interested in 0G Wavehack and then building on 0G, we're happy to welcome you guys on board. And then first Web3, 3 waves are 10 days, sorry, and 8 days of buildings and 3 days of evaluation. And then the last 4 to 6 waves, we're having 10 days of building and then 4 days of evaluation. So we have like a different time frame for the first 3 waves and then the last 3 waves. Great. Sorry, Gathin, did you try to say something?
No, 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 I'm good.
Great, thank you. And then we also actually get before going to the actual Q&A session, we got one question regarding the submission, so I'm answering here. It's from Fatih Erdal. So it's about the GitHub submission. So yes, it will be you can privately submit that on Akenda platform, and then that will be shared only with the 0G team. So you can just grant access to the 0G team who will be listed as a judge on Akenda platform tab. Yes, great. So that's it from my side for this timeline part. So back to you, Gathin, if you have other things.
Thank you, Taka. Just want to say, like, the initial wave is going to be different compared to other waves. So, the initial wave, we want to like get in touch with you, know more about you, like see what you're planning to build, and just see like how much expertise you have with 0G, whether you've already tried exploring with this 1 week timeline. So that is what we are going to estimate. But from the second week onwards, we would like to have as a mandatory reason of the GitHub repository a demo video of what is the current stage of the product. If it's coming in wave 4, for example, if it's wave 2, you just give your first demo of the product. If it's wave 3 or 4, you just show us like what you have improved comparing to the previous demo. It can be a 3-minute demo, which would be super enough for us to understand what are the changes that are being made, and then we will have a look into the code bases. So please do give an explanation of how you have utilized 0G's tech stack, what are the team members and contacts infos, and clear notes on like what you improved on each milestone and wave. So we would like to see a roadmap, as well as we want to see how you have achieved the roadmap and what you have also like. For example, if you are in wave 1, you just say what you're gonna build in the next 2 waves. With that, when it comes to wave 2, you just say like, I've completed this milestones, I was not able to achieve this part, this was the blockage that I had, but this is what I've achieved, and this is how I'll be doing my next 2 waves. So that is what we want to hear from you, is like what you're gonna build in the future and what you have built and utilized in that wave. So we just want the details on that as well. So, and here are some other rules. Please have a read through on this. And with the judging criteria, we have given 30% for working demo. The tech stack integration comes with 30%. Creativity and user experience comes with 15%. It can be how you utilize 0G's tech stack or how you implement additional partners resources to make things better. So it can be like the user experience that is stands out prominent. So we definitely have a 15% of the criteria for user experience. And for the real use case, so these both are clubbed together and just are separated when it comes to judging criteria. So this is completely on the vision and the usability of the product. So we really want to have products that would have impact on the ecosystem and would have like people using it. So it actually must solve a problem, or like it how much potential does it shows, like how much are you able to build a prototype. So this is comes into like real use case and scalability and vision and roadmap. So this is how like how we are going to plan with the next steps, or like are your goals well defined. Are you like if you are participating in 3 waves, we will have an idea whether you are able to achieve the goals that are being stated. So that gives us a clarity on like whether you're able to achieve the goals, and like how is your vision on building and what is your commitment level to the hackathon, the buildathon. So please do have a look at this. This judging criteria will or may change when it during the waves. After like third wave or second wave, we may change it, alter to bring in like focusing on like the demo or like the usability or the code bases. or reintegration, we may increase the scale on that. But in the initial days, we want to keep it a bit balanced and to have you just focus on what you want to build and what is the problem that it solves, how we are using 0G, and how we are trying to make a working demo out of it. And here are some links to the socials. And with that said, I just went through all the things that I would plan to just share you guys before you jump in and start building with 0G's ecosystem.
Cool, cool, cool. Great, Gethin. Great. So, thank you for all those clear, super detailed explanations. I'm sure all the builders are excited. And then showing that excitement, we got lots of questions pretty much. Actually, we already had some already, but
Okay.
Gethin and I actually gonna share some on a tech space. But let me go through questions, maybe from one, and then we have like kind of more general questions, and then more kind of web hack related questions, and more technical questions. But first one is super general questions, and I hope you know like this answer. But why did the team pick the name 0G? One reason could be because it sounds like OG.
So maybe I'll just do this as a task for you to find in our documentation, but we do have an explanation on like why we have selected 0G. But jokes apart, we do have the explanation on docs. I'm confident about that. So why zero gravity? So 0G represent zero and G represent zero gravity. So it is like a state where everything flows effortlessly. So it's like how astronauts move freely on zero gravity. Similarly, like data and AI computations will flow seamlessly through the network, and there will be no much gravity onto it, or like that's a barrier for it. So that is how we want to make zero gravity. So it's like there's no gravity on you, and like you can just seamlessly work through our network.
Cool, thank you. And the next one is when mainnet, and then this is super builder question. Is there airdrop for early builders?
Yeah, definitely. I'll not give you any commitments or
Mm-hmm.
like the exact dates or
Mm-hmm.
timelines, but
Mm-hmm.
mainnet you can expect it sooner than you anticipate. Yeah.
Cool. And the next one is what does Zero come to solve in the world of technology? Mm.
So our biggest thing is to one, that's our vision that we even like speak in all the meetings that we have internally. Our mission is to make AI a public good. So 0G exists to just bring true verifiable AI and give user ownership when it comes to AI applications, making it censorship resistant, making it open. So we are here to make AI a public good and solve all the problems that you can face. Maybe currently you may not experience it, but in the future, think of it when the AI is running the whole supply chain management. Think of it when AI runs the whole of the internet. So at that time, is you can't just give 100% reliability to close source organization. You can't even know like whether they are being like funded by someone to manipulate a certain set of users, or whether it's being tampered, or whether each domain or sections of users are provided with only censored information. So for all the censorship resistance, giving the user ownership. So that is what we see 0G as.
Great, thank you. And then we have kind of some questions related to the kind of distribution part, and I think I should take that part. So at the Akinda platform called Wavehack, we have a wave submission, right? And then builders, you guys can submit and then at each wave. And then each wave, once the evaluation period is kick off, then the judges from the Jersey will evaluate your projects, and then based on the criteria and everything, that if if those are matching the criteria, and then the Jersey thinks is whoa cool, it's they we would like to give them the points on the grant, and then they give out the points, and then each judge have like 100 points, and then based on the points that the grant will be distributed automatically right after that wave. But if there is no projects worth kind of worth granting the point at that point, but maybe still the OG team want to see the progress in the next wave, the OG team will give you guys the feedback instead of the actual points, and then carry over the grant to the next wave, and then you guys can be evaluated in that way. So it's super fair system. Right. Right. And then and then also this is also maybe to our side questions. So the question is how can individual developers participate without a full team? Great, thank you. So the first wave is an ideation wave. So any person, any developer can join with solely with just an idea, right? But if you need like more kind of as a team power for the going to like the wave and a 4 or 5, 6 wave, and then there is a tab on our Kindle platform called join a team tab. So you guys can feel free to post whatever the comments there, and then have your future co-founder there, so that guys can form an actual team on our Wavehack protocol, and then be ready for the waves at 0G, right? And I think the last question was, is there a possibility other friends can join? And then it's already answered and the feed already. Of course, 100% yes. And then you can have your friends as your teammate, and then submit in the 0G together, or maybe you guys can like brush up your guys' projects, each other in a separate team, and then submit separately. That's totally fine too. But if you have any questions related to how you guys can invite your teammates, and then please leave a comment, and then we'll share the how to do it, that, or maybe prepare the link or whatever we can do from our side. Yeah, great. And I think that's it from the community. Oh, let me check. Great. Oh, I think this is repository. And next question is it necessary to publish a public repository? You don't need to submit in the public repository, as I think mentioned earlier. You guys can keep it private, and then just grant access to only to the judges, and then maybe you can prevent the whatever the theft kind of people for your ideas.
Like I'll just quickly jump in over
Sure,
here. So we
please.
do have a community member. If you had a look at the Buildathon chat, so he had built the 0G's Explorer, and he told like that is a proprietary code that he can't share outside. So he told that that's a part like where there is like a secret keys or like something where which cannot be shared publicly. So please do mention over there which repositories can be made public. Please do that, or you could just give the invitation to judges, which we will be later listing on the platform. So you could do that. You could make it fully public, and you could invite in comments from the community members, or you want to keep it private. So please go ahead with that as well. Yeah.
Great, thank you,
And if you have
Gathrin.
any questions, yeah,
Mhm.
I would really like, with my experience with hackathons, one suggestion is like, if you have any questions, avoid DMs. Like the question that you have, even like other community member may have. So even if you think it's silly, or even if you think it's too complicated, it's out of topic, or you just want to get to know more about each other builders, drop in the Buildathon chat. If you're really active, and if there is like multiple streams of discussion, I can create multiple channels in the Telegram chats as well. But to the start, we'll have like a one place where we can understand like what you builders are looking forward to discuss over there, whether it's only technical questions or whether you all are super quiet. I don't want that to happen. I really want an engaging chat that needs to be done throughout this buildathon and build good relationships over here. And yeah, I just want to drop in that. So please feel free to discuss, chat, and get to know more about each other, share ideas, validate, comment positively or progressively into each other's ideas. And there's no discrimination, no racism over here. Just make sure you are collaborative, and we want to grow as an ecosystem, and there is no individual over here.
Amazing. That's a super beautiful answer. I'll use that at some point for myself too. That's great.
Sounds good, Tag.
Sounds good. I think we also I think answered all the questions. Oh, like how many winners will be chosen for each web? It's up to 0G team, and it's up to the quality of the submission. Again, it's based on the points. So if you get any kind of point, you'll get the grant. Cool. Great. Do you have anything from your side, Gathin?
I'm super good, Taka. I'm like looking forward to see the chats post this meet. I just want to jump in directly into Telegram and see like how's the engagement, and I'm just looking forward to things. Yeah.
Amazing. Great. So I think we had amazing this workshop. And then I'm sure that all the builders are ready for this wave hack, right? So let's innovate and collaborate and then make this build some one to remember. Cool. So
Awesome.
builders,
Thank you so
thank
much,
you.
Taka.
Thank you, Gathin. Thank you, Gathin, and then thank you, builders, for watching this live stream. And then see you in wave hack. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let's make AI a public good, and looking forward to building with you all. And let's build some good relationships, and also let's build and contribute to the ecosystem. Thank you so much for being a
Thank you
lovely
so
audience. And yeah, thank you.
thank you so much. See you in wave hack.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for great workshop. It's finished. Yeah. Thank you, Justin.